All right, and it looks like we're streaming. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry that we're starting a couple minutes late. I promise that it was for a very good reason, and not all because we were enjoying ourselves doing one hen, two ducks. That would be so unlike us. In any case, I'm so glad you're here joining us. I hope you are here joining us. Performing on Zoom is so strange because we can't see or hear you or have any evidence that you actually exist. We just have to have some sort of faith that you are in fact there, which is bizarre, but also kind of fun. And I don't know, in that nerve-wracking way that actors seem to gravitate towards. But in any case, we are so glad that you're here watching. Corona has made things so strange for the performing arts. We're all just trying to figure out how to still tell the stories that we think are important and be together, even if we can't physically be together, which is why I am so doubly proud of these students who have been meeting every week to explore some pretty deep and thorny material and have been practicing in this very unconventional medium to make this show for you. Julius Caesar is probably the most famous history play ever written. And it's pretty shocking to experience it now and realize that almost 500 years after it was written and more than 2,000 years after the events that inspired it, took place, the themes and questions that this show raises are very much with us. This semester has been really fascinating, not only as a matter of practicing the material, but it's been really, really fascinating to see our students really examine and grapple with the issues that are raised within it. I've been so proud of how intelligent and honestly brave the actors in this have been in examining and then re-examining their assumptions and their conclusions, because this is a show that can really bring different audiences to different conclusions. The things that it says about popular rule, about monarchical rule, are never straightforward. And when it comes to who's the hero and who is the villain, who was right, who was wrong, Shakespeare very much left it open. And I'm so proud that our students really embraced that ambiguity rather than trying to simplify it and run from what I think makes the show so great. And we certainly hope that you enjoy it. Before we begin, I want to give a huge plug to our sponsor, Fruitvale Optometry. They've been wonderful in helping us continue, and if you like what we do and want to support and would like to be a sponsor for shows going forward, please do email me at tyler@tomorrowyouth.rep.org. And of course, if you like what we do and want to participate in the future, TYR Shakes will endure in the spring. We're going to have our spring season announced soon, and I'm hoping to get registration kicking sometime in early December, so keep your eyes open. This is the last performance of Julius Caesar, but next week we are going to start on into the land of Oz for our original version of that tale, written specifically for Zoom, and that will be a lot of fun, so you can check out our website for all of that. And the last thing I want to say is that if you want to support us directly, there is a donation page on our website at tomorrowyouth.rep.org. We'd appreciate any contribution, $5, $1, really every drop adds up and is just really appreciated by us. We also take PayPal and all that good stuff, so there are ways. Honestly, I think that's all I have. We should get started on the show. Please relax, lean forward, enjoy our production of The Tragedy of Julius Caesar.
Good evening. Well, already they're saying tonight it was the biggest military celebration in the nation's capital since World War II. 200,000 enthusiastic spectators watched a parade.
He only suffered 200 casualties. He also says that 39,000 men from Pompey's army were either killed or captured.
Had protested against today's celebration, but they drew spectators lined the streets, most with the same message.
We're here just to say thank you and to celebrate.
We know that Caesar's losses were superficial and Pompey's were catastrophic.
The protesters were arrested and taken away.
But the overall mood, Bob, was overwhelming. Celebratory and will be the biggest fireworks display in history.
Hence home, your idle creatures, get you home, and this a holiday? Speak, what trade art thou?
Truly, sir, in respect of fine workmen, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler.
Wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to put myself into more work. No, indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and rejoice in his triumph.
Wherefore rejoice? A conquest brings thee home. Oh, you hard-hearted, you cruel men of Rome, are you not Pompey? Many a time enough have you climbed up to walls and battlements, see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And do you now put on your best attire? Do you now pull out a holiday? Do you now throw flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood?
Go you down that way towards the Capitol. This way will I disrupt the images. If you do find them decked with ceremonies, use growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing, and they can fly an ordinary pitch. Walls would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness.
Calpurnia?
Here, my lord.
Stand hearing directly in Antonius's way when he doth run his course. Antonius?
Caesar, my lord.
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia. For our elders say the Baron, touching his holy chase, shake off their sterile curse.
What Caesar says, do this. It is performed.
Caesar.
Ha! Who calls?
Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again.
Who is in the press that calls on thee? I hear a voice, shriller than all the music, cries Caesar. Speak, Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What wretch is that?
Soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set them before me, let me see the face. What sayest thou to me now?
Beware the Ides of March.
They hurt, dreamer. Let us leave them pass.
Will you go see the order of the course?
I'm not gamesome. Do lack some part of the quick spirit that is in Antony. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. You've not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late with passions, some difference. And so, poor Brutus, with himself at war, forgets the shows of love to other men.
Then, Brutus, I have much mistook your passions, by means whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of great value. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself.
Then 'tis very much lamented, Brutus, that you've no such mirrors as would turn your hidden worthiness into your eye.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me?
Good Brutus, be prepared to hear. I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of. And be not jealous on me, gentle Brutus, were I a common laugher, you know that I profess myself in banqueting to all the rout, then hold me dangerous.
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
I do fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so?
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We have both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, Caesar said to me, Darest thou, Cassius, leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point? I did plunge in, but ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, Help me, Cassius, or I sink. So did I bear this Caesar from the water. And this man has now become a god?
Another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world, like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Men at some time are masters of their fates. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Now, in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he has grown so great? When could they say till now that talked of Rome, that her wide walls encompassed but one man?
What you would work me to, I have some aim, yet I would not be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. The games are done, and Caesar is returning.
As I pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve.
Antonius?
Caesar.
Let me have men about me that are fat. Young Cassius has a young, lean, and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. The noble Roman and well given.
When you were fatter, he reads much. He sees quite into the hearts of men. He loves no plays, as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music. Such men as he be never at heart scenes, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for this arm is deaf. Tell me truly what thou thinkest of him.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today that Caesar looks so sad.
Why? You were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask Casca what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand thus, and then the people fell a shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too, and the third too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Who offered him the crown?
Marc Antony. He offered it once, but to all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. Then he offered it a second time. He put it by again, but to my thinking, he was loath to lay his fingers off of it. Then he offered it the third time. He put it the third time by, and still, as he refused, the rebelmen hooted and clapped their chapped hands, and uttered such a deal of stinking breath that it almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it.
'Tis very like he hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I, and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that, but I'm sure he fell. 3 or 4 wrenches where I stood cried, Alas, good soul! But there's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
And after that, he came, thus sad away.
Aye.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
It was Greek to me. I could tell you more news too. Marullus and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's images, are put to silence.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
No, I am promised forth.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive and your mind hold and your dinner worth the eating.
Good, I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell, both.
What a blunt fellow this has grown to be.
This rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men's stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
And so it is. For this time, I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Until then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that it is disposed. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for he will shake him or worse days endure.
A fierce hailstorm in this afternoon has left a
Severe thunderstorms have brought floods.
Did these storms come out of the blue, or was this...
The Weather Bureau there were a 1 in 50 thunderstorms, but nothing like this.
Good evening, Casca. Are you Caesar home? Why are you restless? Why stare you so?
Are you not moved when all of earth shakes like a thing uniform? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempests when the winds have rived the knotty oaks, but never till tonight. Never till now did I go through a tempest dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy with the gods, incests them to send destruction.
Why, saw you anything more wonderful?
When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say these are the reasons they are natural. For I believe that these are pretentious things unto the climate that they point upon.
Indeed, it is a strange disposed time, but men are construe things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. Come Caesar to the capital tomorrow.
He doth, for he did bid Antonius send word to you he would be there.
Good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there?
A Roman.
Casca by your voice.
Your ear is good. Cassius, what a night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens menace so?
Those that know the earth so full of faults. For my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night. I did present myself even in the aim and very flash of it.
But wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is a part of man to fear and tremble when the most mighty gods by token send such dreadful heralds to astonish us.
But if you would consider the true cause, why all these fires, why all these gliding ghosts, well, you shall find that heaven hath infused them with these spirits, to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state.
'Tis Caesar that you mean, is it not?
Let it be who it is. Romans have thews and limbs like to their ancestors, but woe the while, our fathers' minds are dead.
Indeed. They say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land in every place save here in Italy.
I know where I shall wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. No stony tower nor walls of beaten brass can be retentive to the strength of spirit. If I know this, know all the world besides. That part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I. So every man in his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man. I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. He were no lion, were not the Romans hinds. What trash is Rome? What rubbish and what offal! But oh grief, where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak this before a willing bondman.
Ye speak to Casca, and to such a man that is no flaring telltale. Hold my hand, and I shall set this foot of mine as far as who goes farthest.
There is a bargain made. Know ye now, Casca, I've moved already some certain of the noblest minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence.
Stand close a while. Here comes one in haste.
'Tis Cinna. I do know him by his gait. He's a friend. Cinna, where haste you so?
To find out you. Who's that? Metellus Cimber.
No, it is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts. Am I not stayed for, Cinna?
I'm glad on a fearful night this is. There are 2 or 3 of us who have seen such strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could, but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content, good Cinna. Repair to Pompey's porch, where you shall find us. Is Metellus Cimber there?
He's gone to seek you at your house. Oh, I will hie.
Come now, Casca. You and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts, in that which would appear offensiveness. His countenance, like richest alchemy, will change to virtue and to worthiness.
Let us go.
What? Lucius! Oh! Cannot, by the progress of the stars, give guess how near today. Lucius! I say! I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly!
Ollie, my lord?
Get me a taper in my study, Lucius.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. For my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. But for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. 'Tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder. But when he once attains the utmost round, looks on the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So, Caesar may. Therefore, think him like a serpent's egg, which hatched would, as his kind, grow mischievous and kill him in the shell.
The taper burns in your closet, sir.
Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome. Tarquin drive, when he was called a king.
March has wasted 14 days.
"'Tis good. Go back to bed. 'Tis not in your day." Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door. He doth desire to see you. And sir, there are more with them. Their hats are plucked about their ears, and half their faces are buried in their cloaks, so that by no means may I discover them.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night?
Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. This Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber.
Oh, what a time you've chose out, Metellus. To wear a kerchief. Would you were not sick?
I am not sick, if Brutus have in hand any exploit worthy of the name of honor.
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Dost not the day break here?
No.
Oh, pardon, sir, it doth, and yon grey lines that fret the clouds are messengers of day.
You both are deceived, for here, as I point my sword, the sun arises.
Give me your hands, all over, one by one.
Yes, let us swear a resolution.
No, not an oath. Swear priests and cowards and men cautious. Do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise to think that our cause did need such an oath. If these be motives weak, break off betimes, and every man hence to his idle bed.
But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong among us.
Let us not leave him out.
Oh, let us happen, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and by men's voices commend that he. It shall be said, his judgment ruled our hands. Our use and wildness shall no whit appear, but all be buried in his gravity.
No, he will not follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Metellus, well urged. I think it is not met that Marc Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar.
We shall find of him a shrewd contriver. Let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius. To cut the head off, then hack the limbs, like wrath and death, and envy afterward. Let us be sacrificers, not butchers, Cassius. We all stand against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men, there is no blood. Oh, that we could come by Caesar's spirit, and not dismember Caesar. But, alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And, gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully, which, so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called perjurers, not murderers. And for Marc Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him, for the enrafted love he bears to Caesar.
If there is no fear in him, let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this thereafter.
The clock hath struck 3. 'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today, or no, for he is superstitious as grown of late.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can more sway him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, lions with spoils, and men with flatterers. But when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does things that most flattered. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus, and friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said tonight, and show yourself true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes.
Set on your foot, and with a heart new fired I follow you. I will discard my sickness. Suffices that Brutus leads me on.
Boy! Lucius! Fast asleep. It is no matter. Enjoy the honey-heavy dews of slumber. Thou hast no figures, nor no fantasies, which busy care draws in the brains of men.
Brutus, my lord!
Portia! What mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It was not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. You even gently, Brutus, stole from my bed. And yesternight, at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, then you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet you answered not. You signed for me to leave you, so I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience, as it hath much prevailed on your condition. I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night to add unto his sickness? No, you have some sick offense within your mind. Upon my knees I charm you, by my once commended beauty, by all our vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me, yourself, your half. Why are you heavy? And what men tonight have had to resort to you? For here have been some 3 or 4 who did hide their faces even from darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need, if you were gentle, Brutus. Is it accepted that I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself but, as it were, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia is Brutus' harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife. Dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know the secret. Tell me your counsels. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with pleasure, patience, and not my husband's secrets?
O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. By and by, I will divulge the secrets of my heart.
Nor heaven nor earth be at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia cried out in her sleep. Help, how they murder Caesar. Who's within?
My lord?
Go to the priests who present sacrifice, and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? If you to walk forth, you shall not stir out of the house today.
Caesar shall forth, for the things that threaten me ne'er look on my back. They shall see the face of Caesar there, vanquished.
Oh, Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, but now they fright me. A lioness has whelped the streets. The noise of battle is heard on the airs. And from within, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. These things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
Yet Caesar shall forth, for these predictions are to the world as general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there no comet seen, but the heavens blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before death, their deaths. Beggars only tasted death but once. I think it is strange that men should fear, and seeing death a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say the augurs?
They would not have you stir forth today, plucking the entrails from the offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar shall be a beast without a heart if he doth not stir out of his house today. For fear? No, Caesar shall forth. Danger knows full well. Caesar is more dangerous than he.
Your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call up my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. You will send Marc Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today.
Marc Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. Here's Metellus, he shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail, good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you are come in very happy time indeed to bear my greetings to the Senate, and tell them I will not come today. Cannot false, dare not falser. Tell them I will not come today, Metellus.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Tell them I will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. But for your satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, dreamt last night she saw my statua, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood. And from it, many lusty Romans came and bathed their hands in it. And these does she applies for warnings.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, on which so many smiling Romans bathe, signifies that from you, great Rome shall suck reviving blood.
And this you've well expounded it.
And know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, lo, Caesar is afraid?
How foolish your fears do seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. And look where Antony has come to fetch me to the Senate. Oh, Antony, that revels long o' nights, is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony.
So to most noble Caesar.
Bid them prepare within, for I have an hour's long talk in store for them. Be near me, that I may remember you.
Caesar, I will.
Prithee, boy, run to the Senate house. Be not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
No, my errand, madame.
I would have you there and here again.
But what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else, and so return to you and nothing else?
Yes, bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well, for he went sickly forth. And take good note what Caesar doth, what suitors press him. Hark, boy, what noise is that?
I hear none, madame.
Prithee, listen well.
Casca have an eye to Cinna! Marc well, Metellus, Cimber, hail Caesar, hear me now!
Metellus thoughts desire to read. At your past Caesar, this humble suit.
Oh, Caesar, hear mine first! For mine's a suit that touches Caesar nearer! Hear it, great Caesar!
What touches ourselves shall last be served.
There are purposes discovered.
Cinna, be constant. For look, Caesar smiles and doth not change. Trebonius knows his time, for look you, Cinna, he draws Marc Antony out of the way.
Casca, you were the first at your queer shook hand.
Are we all well? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber strolls before thy seat. Humble heart.
Get up, Cimber. These couching in these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men, and turn preordinance in the first decree into the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood. Thy brother by decree is banished. Thou dost beg and pray and fawn for him. I spur thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear, for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Cimber may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
I could be well moved if I were as you, but I am as constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks, but there is but one Null doth hold this place. 'Tis the same with men. They are wilsome and fearful. There is all but one that is fearful of nothing, and that I am he. Let me a little show it even in this. Was constant Cimber should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence, wilt thou limp of Olympus?
Great Caesar.
Does not Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak! Hands for me!
Et tu, Brute? Then fall, Caesar.
That's all
Okay,
this
so
is.
they've been purged, now the military's purging them. Does sound like a coup.
It is not a coup. It does sound like a coup.
The army giving state radio
I would like you to say that
saying the situation remains fluid. It cannot confirm whether or not a military coup is underway. Who should be the head
intention of taking over. They have said they've been taking over. Let me finish.
Where's Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, and children cry and run out as if it were doomsday.
Fates, we shall know your pleasures. That we shall die, we know. 'Tis but the time.
How many ages since shall this lofty scene be acted over in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the none of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
Soft, who comes there? Tell us with word.
If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him, be resolved how Caesar has deserved to lie in death, Marc Antony shall not love Caesar dead so well as Brutus living, but will follow the fortune and affairs of noble Brutus. So says Antony.
Tell him, so please him, come unto this place.
I'll fetch him presently.
Welcome, Marc Antony.
I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour. I do beseech ye, if you bear me hard, fulfill your pleasure.
O Antony, beg not your death of us. Our hearts you see not. They are pitiful. To you, our swords have leaden points.
Marc Antony, our arms and our hearts do receive you, and with all kinds of love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till you have appeased the multitude, besides themselves with fear, and then we'll deliver you the cause.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus will I shake with you. Next, Caius Cassius, do I take your hand? Now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna. And my valiant Casca, yours. Gentlemen, all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceive me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar, oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now.
Marc Antony, I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us?
Friends I am with you all and love you all, upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle.
That's all I seek, and am moreover suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of the funeral.
You shall, Marc Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony should speak at his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which you will utter?
I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. It shall advantage us more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall, I like it not.
Marc Antony, here. Take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar.
Be it so, I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the greatest man that ever lived in the tides of time. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy a curse shall light upon the limbs of men, and Caesar's ghost, ranging for revenge, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Marc Antony.
Caesar did right for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and his coming.
Post back with speed and tell him what hath chanced. Here is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome. No Rome of safety for Octavius yet. Yet, stay a while. Tomorrow I shall try in my oration how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men.
Brought to a standstill. Hundreds of thousands of people paying their respects to Major General Julius, military leader, ahead of his burial.
My point is, the stakes could not be higher.
This is not a coup. I think by any safe understanding, he is in custody, safe and sound, but he's in custody. That means he can't do as he pleases, so he's effectively, that means he's in detention.
The stakes could not be higher.
I will hear Brutus speak.
We'll hear Cassius compare their reasons when thoroughly we hear them rendered.
Noble Brutus has ascended. Silence.
Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause. If there is any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demanded why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that would not love his country? If any, speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply. Then, none have I offended. I slew my best lover for the good of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
This Caesar was a tyrant!
Nay, that's certain. We are blessed Rome is rid of him.
Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace to his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Marc Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful, just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. When that the poor had cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on Lupercal I thrice presented Caesar a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? But Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there was Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. You all do know his mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed, for Brutus, you all know, was Caesar's angel judge. Oh, you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. Ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, then burst his mighty heart. Kind souls, what? Weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself, marred, as you see, with traitors. Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable, and will, no doubt, with reasons answer you. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man. I show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor Tom mouths. I tell you that which yourselves do know, and I bid those wounds speak for me. Here was a Caesar, when comes another.
Of traitors, villains.
May we revenge!
They'll burn the house of Brutus!
No fetch fire!
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar. But things unlucky charge my dreams. I've no will to go out of doors, but something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Are you a married man or a bachelor?
What is my name? Whither am I going? I say I'm a bachelor.
That's as much as say. There are fools that marry or bear me a bang for that.
Please, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly, sir, my name is Cinna.
Tear him to pieces, he's a conspirator!
I'm Cinna the poet! I'm Cinna the poet!
Tear him for his bad verses! Tear him for his bad verses!
I am not Cinna the conspirator!
Tear him! Cumber toe! Firebrand Brutus! Firebrand Cassius! Burn all! Some to Metellus! Some to Cinna! Away! Go!
Continuing coverage
Julius Brutus
of the
wound up
campaign, which
fleeing
now
Rome
has
and
begun
disguising
to
himself
liberate
as a
In
Gaul.
the eastern
Rebel
Mediterranean.
forces that have been advancing on the eastern city of
In Alexandroupolis, in
Octavian and his
northeast
ally
Greece.
Marc
Regime
Antony.
forces
We're
struck
in
back
control
and
of
took
this
the territory
here
back from
the
regime
troops are
forces.
seizing control of enforcing
Not
a mass
only
exodus.
will joint
It has
defense
been a
exercises increase,
tumultuous time.
Caesar
in the
for
free
making his great
territories
nephew,
against the
Octavian,
backdrop
his
of
adopted
the
son
serious
and heir.
attacks in which the regime and
These many, then, shall die. Their names are pricked.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do consent.
Prick him down, Antony.
Upon condition Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Marc Antony.
He shall not live. Look, with a spot I damn him. But Lepidus, get you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will hither. We shall determine how to cut off some charge and legacies.
What shall I find you there?
Or here, or at the Capitol.
This is a slight, unmeritable man. Is it fit, the threefold world divided, he stand one of the three to share it?
So you thought him, and took his voice who should be pricked to die in our black sentence and prescription.
Octavius, I have seen more years than you, and though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as the ass bears gold.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius, and for that I do appoint him store of provender. Do not talk of Lepidus, but as a property. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched. And let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered.
Let us do so. For we are at this day conveyed about with many enemies, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischief.
go.
What now, Lucius? Is Cassius near?
He's a hint, and Pindarus has come to you a solution from his masters.
Your master, Pindarus, hath given me worthy cause to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
I do not doubt that, but my noble master is full of regard, will appear as he is. Your regard and honor.
A word, Lucius. How he received you, let me be resolved.
His courtesy and respect enough, but not that instances has he used a role.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling.
Hark, he's arrived.
Most noble Brutus, you have done me wrong, and when you do them...
Speak your griefs softly, before the eyes of both our armies here. Let us not wrangle.
Pindarus, bid our commanders lead their charges off. You have wrongly doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, wherein my letters praying on his side because I knew the man were slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, is it not meant that every nice offense should bear his comment?
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mart your offices for gold.
I, an itching palm? You know that you are Brutus that speak this, or by the gods, this speech were else your last.
And the name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What? Shall one of us, that struck the foremost man of all this world, shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes? I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bay not me. I am a soldier. Have mind upon your health and tempt me no further.
Further, fret till your proud heart break. Go show your troops how choleric you are. Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you.
A friend should bear his friend's infirmities. Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not, till you practice them on me.
Come, Antony, and young Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world. Hated by one he loves, braved by his brother. There is my dagger. Strike, as thou didst at Caesar. For I know when thou didst hate him worst, thou lovest him better than thou ever lovest Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. O Cassius, thou art yoked as a lamb, and carries anger as the flint bears fire.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him?
When I spoke that, it was ill-tempered too.
You confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Have not you love enough to bear with me when my rash humor makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. Lucius! A bowl of wine! Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Ah, Portia?
She's dead.
Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and grief that young Octavius and Marc Antony have made themselves so strong. With this, she fell distract, and her attendants absent swallowed fire.
Oh, ye immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this I shall bury all unkindness, Cassius. Welcome, good Messala. Now, call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you.
Brutus, I have received letters stating that young Octavius and Marc Antony come down upon us with a mighty power.
Myself have received letters of the self-same tenor.
But I bear one addition. That by prescription, bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators. Antony won. Nope, Cicero won.
Cicero won?
Please forgive me one. Yeah, Cicero is dead. Please forgive me.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers.
The people twist Philippines ground, stand by in a flood of mutiny. The enemy marching by them shall make a fuller number up.
Hear me, good brother.
The enemy increases every day.
There is a tide in the affairs of men. We shall take the current when it serves or lose our ventures.
Then with your will, go on. We'll along yourselves and meet you at Philippi.
Good night, good brother. Lucius! Line my tent and sleep.
If it so please you, I will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Come now, Lucius. Look, here's the book I sought for so. It was in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure you did not give it me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful.
It is my duty.
Should not put thy duty past thy might. I know young bloods look for a time of rest.
I have slept already, my lord.
It was well done. Thou shalt sleep again. Good boy. Good night. Ha! Who comes here?
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that gives shape to this monstrous apparition.
Thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee again at Philippi. Lucius! Awake! Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Make no mistake about it.
That would be the biggest.
This is the way we can strike the hardest blows against
investigates strategic
Then Caesar indicated he was going to make Octavius rather than Decimus.
Then we would be isolated from our sources of supply and detached from our friends.
After for quite some time.
Now, Antony, our hopes have been answered. We said the enemy would not come down, but keep the upper hills and regions. It proves not so.
But in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. Thinking by the space to fasten in their thoughts that they have courage, it is not so.
Prepare you! The enemy comes on a gallant show. The Blighthand battle is hung out and something to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand I. Keep thou the left.
Why do you cross me in this situation?
I do not cross you. but I will do so.
They stand and would have parley.
Stand faster, good friends. We must out and talk.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words more, as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you've made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar."
Mark Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown, but for your words they rob the hill bees and leave them honeyless.
Not stingless, too.
Come, the cause. If arguing make us sweat, the truth of it will turn to redder drops. Look, I draw my sword against the conspirators. When think you that it goes up again? Never, till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged, or till another Caesar have added slaughter to the sword of traitors.
Octavius, thou canst not die by traitors' hands unless thou bringest them with thee.
So I hope. I was not born to die on Brutus' sword.
A worthless schoolboy, peevish of such honor, joined with a masker and a reveler.
Old Cassius still.
Come, Antony, away. Defiance, traitors, hurl in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have the stomachs.
The storm is up, and all is on the hazard.
Ho! Pindarus!
My lord?
Stand fast. I must have words with Messala.
Pindarus?
What says my general?
This is my birthday. On this very day was Cassius born. Give me that hand, Pindarus. Against my will, I am compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. You know that I held Epicurus strong in his opinion. Now I change my mind.
Believe not so.
I but believe it partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly.
Gods today stand friendly, that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age.
Now, most noble Brutus, if we do lose this battle, is this the very last time we shall ever speak together? What are you then determined to do?
I did blame Cato for the death which he did give himself. I know not how, but I find it cowardly and vile.
Then, if we lose this battle, you're contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome?
No. Cassius, no. Think not. But the same day must end the work the Ides of March begun. If we shan't see each other again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then, this parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it come. But it sufficeth to say that the day will end, and then the end is known. Come ho, away.
Ride, Messala, ride! And give these bills up to the legions on the other side!
They are not, for I see, but called to man on Octavius' wing.
Ride!
Ride! Ride, Messala! Let the wall come down!
Oh, look, Pindarus, look! The villains fly.
No, Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early. Now by Antony, we are all enclosed.
Fly further off! Fly further off! Mark Antony is in your tents!
This hill is far enough. Lucius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse, and hide thy spurs in him.
I will be here again, even with a thought.
Go, Pindarus, get higher on that hill. This day I breathe first. Time has come round. Where I did begin, there shall I end. My life is run its compass.
Oh, my lord!
What news?
The enemy is closed around.
Come hither, sirrah. In Parthia did I take thee prisoner. And then I swore thee, saving on thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt it. Come now, keep thine oath. Take thou the hilts, and when my face is covered, as 'tis now, guide thou the sword. Caesar, thou art revenged, even with the sword that killed thee.
So, I am free. It would not so have been, durst I had done my will. O Cassius, far from this country Pindarus shall run, for no Roman shall ever take note of him.
This would change, Lucius. For Octavius's legions are overthrown by Brutus's, just like Cassius's legions are by Antony.
These tidings will well comfort Cassius.
That not he that lies upon the ground?
Oh my heart, O setting sun! Mistrust of my success has done this deed.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed.
Why dost thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Did I not meet thy friends? Was not they who put this wreath of victory upon thy brows? And bid me give it thee? Hold thee. Take this garland on thy brow. Brutus hath told me give it thee, and I will do his bidding.
O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet.
The last of all the Romans. Fare thee well. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time. Let us to the field. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans, yet ere night, we shall try fortune in a second fight. Oh, yet countrymen! Oh, yet hold up your heads!
What bastard doth not? Who will go with me? I will proclaim my name about the field.
Yell or thou diest.
Only I yield to die.
Leave us not, a noble prisoner.
Where is he?
Safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare say that no enemy shall ever take alive the noble Brutus. God forbid him from so great a shame. When you do find him, or alive, or dead, he will be found like Brutus, like himself.
Go on. See whether Brutus be alive or dead. Bring us word unto Octavius' tent how everything is chanced.
The vast majority is now controlled by...
Antony continued to extend his defenses down in the mountains. There were no complicated maneuvers,
and some of it is
just
extremely fierce.
Brutus, two sides, pushing against Brutus like their lives depended on it.
His
He
regime
escaped into
is
the
falling
nearby
apart,
hills.
and
This
is in
is
full
a
retreat.
big win
Brutus
after a hard
Poor remains of us. Rest here on this rock. I have seen the ghost of Caesar. I know my hour has come. Look, Lucius, thou seest the world. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. It's more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Hold down my sword hilts.
That is not an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly, 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 my lord! There is no tarrying here!
My heart doth joy that yet, in all my life, found no man, but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Marc Antony by this vile conquest shall attain unto. So, fare you well at once, for Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's history.
Fly, my lord, fly!
Lucius, thou art a fellow of good respect. Hold then my sword. Wilt thou, Lucius?
Give me your hand first.
Farewell, good Lucius. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that?
Lucius, where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you are in. They can but make a fire of him. He has overcome but himself. And no man else has take honor by his death.
All that served Brutus, I will entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
Aye, sir.
Clear the field!
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in general honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him. Most like a soldier, ordered honorably, with all respect and proper rites of burial. Now call the field to rest and let's away, to part the glories of this happy day.
Year hasn't seen any new let-ups in the fighting.
Lepidus attempted to seize Sicily for himself.
Still fear in the native workforce, and the rich sit simply consuming
From there, the
all they
triumvirate,
can.
as it was
The
called,
Republic
split
is
the
at a
empire up
precipice
into
for the
thirds
nearly continuous wars
without permanently reshaping Rome as an imperial monarch.
Also growing.
Not only was this distinctly kingly behavior on his part, the next day Octavius showed up in the Senate with had the board tilted in his favor from day one.
We may be facing the end of
The Roman Republic has been living on borrowed time for over a century by this point already, so really...
And this is how republics fall.
Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in and watched. Again, please give a round of applause to all of these fine actors. No, we can't hear you, but we feel it. We really, really appreciate all of you so much. If you enjoyed this and you want to support what we do, our website is tomorrowyouth.rep.org. There is a donate page there that I'd love to draw you to. I also want to give one more shout out to our sponsor, which is Fruitvale Optometry. We are so grateful to them. And of course, one more big thanks to this amazing cast. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you at another one in person someday, but virtual until then.
Are we gonna talk about it or anything?